Hey everybody, Rick here from Save vs. BS. One of my players came to me after a session a few sessions back and she said the magic words, "Can I do a solo side quest?" Now, if you're the kind of DM who hears that and doesn't panic, if you see it as an opportunity instead of a detour, this video is for you. I'm going to break down exactly how I crafted a custom, narratively driven solo quest. A quest that deepens the world, rewards smart roleplay, and it leaves space for the mystery and horror to breathe. It's called The Haunted Swamp. I know the name needs work, but it's tied to our ongoing Deathbringer campaign, where things are already bleak, cursed, and crawling with secrets. So let's dig in. The side quest was built for Dr. Raven, a plague doctor played by Mallory. She had said she wanted an animal companion. Now, I could have just handed her a stat block, deducted some gold, rolled a die or two, and called it a day. But here's the thing. When a player asks for more than what's on their character sheet, they are giving you a gift. They're saying, I want to engage with your world, give me something to chase. So, I'm giving her a solo mission. It's not about XP or loot. It's about earning a companion in a way that ties back to the campaign's central mystery. And here's the inciting incident. The hangman, our town executioner, he sent a letter to a group of adventurers, but Indigo the messenger, he gave it to the wrong party. That party? Dr. Raven's group. So now, Dr. Raven has to head out into the swamp alone and find the party who was supposed to receive the letter. And spoiler alert, they are not just standing there waiting around. So here's my process when I'm designing any kind of solo side quest. I keep 4 goals in mind. Connection without dependency, meaning the quest should enrich the campaign, but it still has to stand alone. The quest has to give lore about the hangman, but you could strip it down and run it in any OSR world, just drop it in. And consequences are greater than the rewards. And I'm not here to hand out free stuff, but every benefit comes at a cost, a risk, or at least a haunting question, tension through the environment. No combat required, mostly. If I can make you sweat just by walking through the place, I've done my job. And symbolism matters, especially in solo play. One player, no party buffer. That means I can lean into the metaphor, the dreams, the paranoia, without breaking any immersion. It's her turn, the whole game. This haunted swamp checks every box. The swamp. It's not labeled on any map, and I don't even technically have a name for it yet. It's just there, waiting, just beyond the edge of town, wet and whispering. The first obstacle, it's a blackwater bog with no land in sight, just floating bodies. Some are human, some are not human. The only way across is to step on them one at a time. If she waits too long on one body, it sinks. If she tries to step too far, she risks slipping. No monsters, no combat, just pressure, timing, body horror. Later, she's gonna stumble upon rings of mossy stumps with butcher twine wrapped around them. And inside the circle, a still sleeping possum. Next to that is an owl tangled in spider webs in a tree that doesn't rot. And eventually, she's gonna find a chameleon flickering in and out of her visibility near a stillborn fawn. And each of these animals is sick or dying. And the challenge isn't to rescue them, it's to figure out how to help, using what she's carrying, maybe what she's willing to give up. The key mechanic here is choice without clarity. She can attempt to help all 3 animals, but she can't succeed with them all. Each one needs something specific. The owl might need darkness or bandaged wings. The possum might require warmth or something to eat. The chameleon, she may have to give it a blood transfusion from her own body. Now, if she succeeds, one of these bonds with her, but not immediately. The animals all vanish. No magical pop-ups, no level up ding. The player has to just wonder. Then, in a future session, when she's down to her last hit points or bleeding out in an alley, that animal will appear. And now, she's no longer alone. And eventually, at the end of the quest, she finds the party meant to receive the hangman's letter. All 4 of them are dead. A Deathbringer, a plague doctor, a thief, and a tattooed magic user. They echo her own party deliberately, foreshadowing their possible outcomes. And all of them have been mutilated, not in some random way, but someone's sending a message. So she performs autopsies. I give her real consequences and real options. take samples, burn the bodies, bury the bodies, keep the gear. But here's the trick. The gear kind of sucks. The meat cleaver, a bent holy symbol, and an empty jar. Now, these are to tempt her into missing the point that the real reward is the narrative. So she's also going to find leeches on her skin, on her neck, and on her calves, and she can choose. Do I remove them? Do I study them? Or do I save them for later? And it turns out they're medicinal, but only if she's smart enough to think like a doctor. And here's why this quest works. Why I think it works anyway. It gives the player power, but quietly, no fanfare. It forces introspection. There's no party chatter to break the silence. It makes the companion feel earned, not bought. And most importantly, it grows the world sideways. Not forward, not upward, just sideways. The Hangman's mystery gets deeper, the swamp becomes a named place, and now the party's actions ripple beyond what they can see. And that is the best kind of quest, the kind that haunts them later. I'll try to find how to post it in the thing, but if you want to steal this structure, here's how you make it your own. You pick a player who's asked for something unusual. You tie it directly to your current campaign, some loose thread that's already fraying. Build an environment where movement matters more than monsters, and then offer choices where every option has emotional weight. Let the reward come later when it actually means something. You don't need a swamp, and you don't need animals, and you just need the courage to make it about the player and not about the mechanics. That's how I do side quests for ambitious players. They're weird, they're creepy, they change things forever. And if you want stat blocks for the 3 companions or a full swamp map, I'll try to figure out how to post links to this stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you can just run it blind. Trust your gut, you've got this. But either way, I hope it sticks with your players. And keep in mind, because this was written directly for Mallory's Plague Doctor, it might not work for your barbarian who wants a pet Wolverine or something, a pet T-Rex. It's subtle. So thank you for watching. My name is Rick. This is Save vs. BS. Like, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you in the dark.